Hello and welcome to my Let's Play of Trials of Cold Steel 2. This is Wishblend reporting in. So, yeah, we're progressing through the game. Not doing bad. But we ended the last episode at a black screen save point, so I'm sure when we load up it's going to be a big cutscene. So, we'll load that in now and we'll see where we end up. Here we go. Got to look PS5 low speeds. So yeah, so Baron, Reen's dad, has basically said everyone in Class 7 has been set up in rooms in the Phoenix Wings, which is the hotel stroke spa place in Ymir. So yeah, so this is just continuation. So, yeah, they left from the mansion to the Phoenix Winds to recover from their strun that had built up over the past few days. Thanks to the manager's kindness, they had the building largely to themselves, so they enjoyed a relaxing dinner and soak in the springs. And after agreeing that they would discuss what to do the following afternoon, they returned to their rooms to sleep. Nice and peaceful. So peaceful tonight. Everyone's probably fast asleep by now. We might all spend our time apart in different ways, all with different things on our minds. But now we're finally back together as a class. It wasn't easy getting this far, but we have one lesson to worry about now. All to Elsa's support and encouragement. It's thanks to her that I've been able to make it this far. Hang in there, Lisi. I'll bring you and Princess Elfin back safely, I promise. And when I do, I'll be sure to thank you again for giving me all I needed to come as far as I have. We still have to sit down and discuss what we're going to do from here on out too. Can't even figure something like that out by tomorrow. I've got to bring at least some ideas to the tables, but what? I'm happy we're together again, but we've got a lot to decide about our future, and it's something we need to decide as a team. Yeah, we do work well as a group. Everyone's had their own challenges to face and problems to conquer, but each of them faced what they were given head on. We ended up apart, but no one's lost hope. Instead, everyone tried to make the best out of the circumstances they were dealt. Thinking back on our reunions, I think the one who left the strongest impression was... Okay... Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I think it's Elisa, his girlfriend. Oh, I think so. You could choose anybody here, but I'm going to stick with Elisa. That's who I chose in the first game. I think it would have to be Elisa. She blamed herself more than anyone about how we parted ways in Trista. I could see how worried she was for me. Even now, I'm sure she's worried about her mother and the Rhineford Company. But she's still putting everyone else first, just like she always does. She did all she could to bring us together again. I wish I could be like her. I wish I could be that strong.
Reen, are you there?
Elisa, I didn't think anyone else would come here so late at night. Sorry, I'll get out now.
There's no need to shout. I actually already knew that you were here. I'd asked the manager beforehand. So I thought now might be a good time to talk with you.
Pardon?
There's really nothing like a warm bath on a cold winter's day. Gazing up at the night sky, feeling the warmth of the spring coursing through your whole body. This is such bliss.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's my favorite time of year to relax in the springs, too. But both of us bathing in here together is really, really not a good idea. Doesn't it bother you even a little? The two of us here alone feels kind of... I don't know.
What's the big deal? I'm covered up, aren't I? I'd appreciate it if you didn't stare so hard, though. I might have managed to pluck up the courage to come in here, but it's still kind of embarrassing.
Well... I wasn't doing it on purpose. Sorry. But what made you need to pluck up the courage to come in here to begin with? You said you wanted to talk. Anything in particular?
Well, I just wanted to thank you.
Thank me? Thank me for what? I don't feel like I've done anything that warrants being thanked.
You have, though. And for everything, really. I wanted to thank you for surviving all this time so that we could meet again. And I wanted to thank you for coming all the way to Nord to get me. Maybe we can't be here with Crow, but because of you, the rest of us are back together again.
Because of me?
Have you figured out yet, Reen? You're the center point. The pivot.
That's not true. Besides, it was only because of you guys that I was able to do anything at all.
I knew you'd say that. Still, I feel like Class 7 is what it is because you're at its center. We had faith that you get back up on your feet and fight, and it's because you followed through that we've come this far. I'm not the only one who feels that way either. So, thank you, Reen. Oh, come on! Knock it off with the laughing! It wasn't easy to come here and say all of this, you know.
I'm sorry. I wasn't laughing at you. It just finally hit home that everything Elise said was true. I had no idea that everyone was thinking of me as much as they were, or that so many people were looking out for me. It just made me realize all over again how blind I've been all this time. So I couldn't help but laugh at myself.
Well, I can accept that. And now that you know, I don't want you to ever forget it. We've been through so much together, Reen. We have a bond so strong, nothing can ever break it.
Don't worry. I won't forget. And now that Class 7 is together again, I'm sure we'll be able to go back to the Academy one day. As long as we don't give up, I know we can make that a reality. So, let's give it everything we've got.
Of course.
Oh, that's good. Rest day. Okay, meeting in the Phoenix Wing cafeteria isn't until this afternoon, which means I've got plenty of time to figure out what we can do beforehand. Maybe I'd it'll help to ask the others what's in their minds too. Yeah, sounds like a plan. So, this time round, Laura, Emma, Jesus, Sarah have 2 bond events each that can be viewed instead of 1. token to one of these characters after viewing their first one event will allow you to view the second. That's fine. As I say, normal playthroughs you'd have 7 bonding points and you have to choose. Because I've already done it once, I've got maximum bonding points, so I've got 15, so I'll get all of the talking. Okay, so I've got one straight across the whole way. Looks like we're doing the rest day today, guys. What are you doing in here, Lisa? The mother told me that I could find some tools in here, so here I am. I need them for work I'm going to be doing on the Erebonia bike. Wait, you know how the bike works, so I have to do that. Well, an engine's an engine, right? I should be able to tinker with it. After all Angelica has done for us, I at least want to make sure that she gets her precious bike back in top condition. Might be nice if I give her a hand. Yeah. Need a hand there? Sounds like a 2-person job to me. And I'll feel bad making you do all the work with Angelica left it in my care. I figured you'd say that. It'll probably go more smoothly with an extra pair of hands, so sure. Alright, that's everything around the Erebonia engine taken care of. Probably could do with being taken for a test ride at some point though. Oh, I should oil the moving parts too. Man, you really are amazing. I know you were good with Erebonia technology and all, but I didn't expect you to be able to perform maintenance as well. All this is just a stopgap, really. I had a few chances to look at it back at the academy too, so I have a vague idea on what needs doing, but that's all. Doesn't make it you any less amazing in my eyes. When in Lord, you worked out what's wrong with that truck and even had a model of a mortal be found. At first, I thought it was just because you're part of the Windward family, but I feel like that's underselling you now. You must have studied like crazy to know so much. Well, I did spend a lot of time studying Erebonia technology even before enrolling at the academy. I used my family's name, however. I could, in order to visit the RA factories and attend lectures at the Institute of Technology. I'm more than confident I made the most of every chance I had to study and broaden my knowledge of the field. I have a feeling I know why you did all that too. Was it to rebel against your mother? Well, I can't deny it. Not to beat a dead horse, but it felt like Mother just stopped caring about us after my father passed away. I mean, she stole the company from Grandfather and everything. How could you do that to your own father? So, I suppose you could say, all that's done my way is trying to share her up or something. A little at least. I see. So, were you able to? Not in the slightest. Now that she's missing, this isn't the time to be thinking about my next extra act of rebellion either. You know what? That's fine for me. I've made my mind up to focus on the future rather than the past for now. I've got to keep that promise I made to her brother after all, that I'll be running the company before she knows it. I think she'd prefer it that way, honestly. Huh? Ah, look at you, you're so engrossed in part, you didn't even notice there was snow building up on your head. So, I think you found the right way to approach things. I'd have to pick up a few pointers from you. Can't let myself get too wrapped up in past either. And that way, we're both going to find the best path for each of us to take. I certainly hope so. Come on, don't cry. Here, this'll cheer you up. Is that a bunny made out of snow? And look, you got loads of snow on your head too. Don't worry, you can follow me back to Ymir. So stay close, okay? Okay. That looks like a memory. Are you kidding me? What's wrong? I can't believe I forgot. Remember how I talked about coming here with my family as a kid? I ended up getting lost out on a mountain, but just when I started to think I'll be lost there forever, a boy appeared out of nowhere. and he led me all the way back to Ymir. That boy was you, I'm sure of it. That just ring a bell actually. The year after that was when the whole thing with my power happened. So I kind of pushed everything else to the back of my mind. Weird. We really did meet when we were kids. I was only joking about it before, but yeah, we really did. I forgot all about it too, probably because it was a scary memory for me. I don't blame you. Still, you don't get coincidences like this every day. I'd be embarrassed to try and attribute it to something like fate though. Yeah, you're right. Maybe if we'd realised sooner, sure. But it makes me happy to know it was you all along. So I didn't quite catch that. It's nothing at all. Anyway, let's finish with the fight, shall we? Yeah, sure. Yeah, she definitely likes Urine. We and Lisa work together, finish the rest of the bike's maintenance until they feel somewhat awkward around each other due to their recent discovery. And upon their completion, they went to return the tools to Baron's forces study. Okay, that was actually a good one. His recovery is coming along nicely, but the battle isn't over yet. He still needs to rest as much as he can. There's no medicine more effective than time. Father Bernard is always so dependent when it comes to medical care. I feel like I'm getting back to my old self again, which means it's about time I got out of bed and returned to business as usual. I strongly advise against that. You still need rest. And while I'm sure you're feeling out of shape for all the bed rest, I'll also advise against going out hunting. Tough luck, Dad. But when can I go out hunting again? Your interests were so great, we could have lost you. A peace of mind, I'd like to keep an eye on your condition for another week. A whole week? Well, if we must. His passion for hunting is still as strong as ever, I see. I think that's the second one for Lisa, wasn't it? I can't believe he actually met when we were kids. I guess that doesn't change things much though, does it? Nothing's more important than the bonds we developed as members of Class 7. Right? So, kitchen. Someone in the kitchen. That's Mum. You'll be meeting your classmates today, yes? Yeah, there are a few things we need to cover before going forward. Plus, we need to talk about Elise and Princess too. That determination in your eyes is so like your father's. No matter what path you choose to follow, always know that you'll have our support. Just remember to take care of yourself, alright? I will, I promise. The dog's name is Birdheart, right? He's cute. Yeah, Dad raised him to be a hunting dog, believe it or not. He's a sweetie lad. Looks like a smart one to me. Plus him pretty relaxing too. I'll stay with him a bit while I think about what to do. Come think of it, it's just about feeding time. Yeah. Want to help me feed him? Sure, I'd like that. I'll be right back, I've got to go get his food. How's that taste? Good? Yeah, look, he's wagging his tail. Sorry for not being able to spare much time for you at the products. He says it's okay, smart dog. Can you understand what dogs are saying or something? No, I'm just guessing based on how he acts and barks. Back in the course, we used to look after the military monsters a lot. Really? That sounds like an awfully dangerous job for you to be doing. I did get bitten sometimes at first, but after one of the other caretakers showed me what to do, they stopped. The way you talk about your time there, it's hard to believe the Jaeger corps you were in was one of the strongest. Except for usually unusual by Jaeger standards. guess the boss was pretty easy going, but it was always hard to tell what he was thinking. You remember what I told you about Mate Back, right? How to taught me survival skills and all that? Sino and Leo taught me how to set traps and the art of close quarters combat. I can't imagine what it must have been like living that kind of life day to day, but it's easy to see how you came to think of them as family. Yeah, we were a family, till they left me behind after the boss dies. I just want to know why. Why they all had to leave me behind. Now that I might have a chance to, I don't want to let it pass me by. Even it won't be easy getting it out of them. Still, I think even I understood what he was saying this time. Try not to overthink it. Something along those lines. There's no reason for you to try to find out alone. Not when you've got all of us with you. If that's what you want to know, we'll all make it work out. You will? Sure, your family. Yeah, you're right. How could things not work out when I've got you guys? We're class 7, we all stuck together. You should know that, V. I still want to talk to Sino and Leo about why they left me behind, but being part of class 7 is more important to me now. As long as I stay with them, I know I'll get my chance. But if I want to stay with you, I know I'll get my chance to ask them. Lord has condition improvement and has no doubt caused others to perk up as well. He truly loves his master, I can tell you that. I'll have to be sure to keep him well brushed when Lord Theo is fit to ride him again. Well, the doc says about a week. Was that a priest? I think it's a priest. Even the air here feels clean. It's not hard to see why young Capo is so fond of this village. I hope that I'll get the chance to bring Father and Chris here one day. We'll be happy to have them. And don't worry, I'm sure you'll have plenty of chances once this war's over. I hope so. I suppose that's another reason for us to hasten its conclusion. But I'm still at a loss as to how though. What should we do, I wonder? He's definitely wrecking a brain over this. Maybe a break will do with this? Why don't we go somewhere and take a break? It's good to take a breather sometimes when you're stuck on a difficult problem. That sounds reasonable. In that case, I would like to ask you a favour. Would you escort me to your room? Hey. What? What you're after, Laura? So this is your bedroom. I think it's the only time I actually see inside Reen's room, you know. The decor has something of a decent feel to it, fitting for a former student of Young Capas. Is there anything here that's particularly representative of the Active School? I should have known. You caught me off guard when you asked to see my room, but I figures that's what you're interested in. Why would you be surprised? Oh, it's nothing. As for your question, I don't have all that much, I'm afraid. Wait, I actually have some tea leaves Master Kung Fu get to Dad a while back, I think. How about it? You're up for having some green tea? Really? I'd like that very much. This has quite a refined taste indeed. Is it my first time tasting green tea? Monica let me sample the tea served at her class's tea house during the festival. It seems to have more depth to its flavour and fragrance. Master Kofu is a huge fan of this kind. Apparently he brought it back from the east himself. He always brings gifts whenever he comes to visit, so he's popular among the locals. Everyone here likes him. Really? Now? I've yet to have the opportunity to meet him in person, but I can easily see why he and Father get along so well. What do you happen to know where he is now? Nope, afraid not. Don't know where he is. The letter I received from him during our vacation here didn't specify. He's always been something of a vagrant. He wanders the continent throughout the year, stopping off wherever he pleases. So while I couldn't tell you where he is, I'm sure he's just fine. I imagine so. His rumour is to be believed he's as proficient with the blade as father, if not more so. Are you really worried about your dad? I am. I try to avoid admitting it publicly, but it's a fact. His skill is as immense as ever, but given the various new weapons that have come out into play during this war, along with other powerful warriors such as General Azure and that knight from Erebonia, yeah, I can't believe you being a little concerned under the circumstances. Still, all we can do in the meantime is keep going and do what we're able. So long as we keep that up, I'm sure we'll be reunited with them in due time. Maybe. Yeah, no, you're right, in a sense, but this is but another trial we must overcome to reach greater heights. Yeah, I know we can overcome it so long as we're together. So that's level 3. There we go, she got another tag. That tea was delicious. Thank you for allowing me to join you. Incidentally, Tevil mentioned that you used to train somewhere deeper into the mountains. Is that true? Yeah, in the Isengard range. Wait, don't tell me you're planning going up there on your own. Well, after that break I feel like doing something more active. I like a walk in the Crystal Mountains should clear my mind just perfectly. I wouldn't mind a mountain walk. If you're really that interested, I'll show you the way there. Would you? I'd be very grateful. Then we should set out at once. Nice country walk in the snowy mountains. Together we will climb the Ymir mountain path, the destination being the canyon above. Soon enough they arrived at the area Reen once trained under Masakufu. Isn't that where Falamar is? No, it's where we found that magic knight originally. Phew, I wasn't expecting the climb to be quite so lengthy. Or that far really. You conducted your training at a remarkable distance from Ymir for one so young. Yeah, we spent about a month living up here away from civilization. We trained almost every day, even when I wasn't training. He was teaching me how to live side by side with nature. We had to catch our own food, secure a place to sleep every night. Sometimes we'd even challenge monsters as practice. Fair play, that does sound rather hard. You were just a bit of time in your training, yes? I can't fault it, however. The Azure school does have similar practices. Even when I was a child, I would often join the students in training in the mountains. I'm not surprised to hear the Azure school training right up there with the 8 leaves. I made it through it in one piece, but I was completely exhausted by the end. Elise was really worried about me. She wouldn't stop crying when I finally came back home. Yeah, that's not hard to picture. If I take a look at the scenery, there's no doubt in my mind that training here would be a favourite exercise. Yeah, it certainly was. Standing up here and being surrounded by nature serves as a reminder of just how small and insignificant we really are. I suppose we could say the same about our swords in this war. Sorry Laura, I'm not following. No matter how much it's well to train, realistically, a mere swordsman stands no chance against a force of tanks or soldiers. That being the case, what significance do swords even have in this war? I've been pondering this a lot lately, and I still haven't reached an answer. That's a good question. And yet, when I look around at the vast mountain surrounding us, I feel like I've been liberated from those worries. It wasn't just because she was a skilled warrior that a lance maiden was able to end the war at her time. That played a role, certainly, but she must have possessed numerous other qualities that contributed. Yeah, that's true. And in the same way, I'm sure there's a role that the swords can play in ending this war too, even if they can't do it alone. My thoughts exactly. We simply have to find it, and as a class, I know we will. Well, that's plenty of monsters to fight, if that helps. After talking for a while, they enjoyed a short mock battle against one another before returning to Ymir. So many to get through. Hey, the snowmen have been rebuilt. You know what? I'm going to bring this episode to a close here and do the rest of the US day in the next episode. So yeah, if you're enjoying it, hit a like, drop any comments down below, and yeah, subscribe to the channel if not already signed up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you're enjoying what I'm getting on the series. So I've got a new one I've just put on, the 10-year Bridge of Spirits. That's a fun game. I'm really enjoying that player now, although I've only got the one episode up so far. But yeah, I'll hope to get this one through, then we'll see where we go from there. So I'll see you in the next one. Laters.